Woo. We still got 5 minutes. Some folks still sleep, so I'm gonna try to keep it down just a little bit. Grand rising. I'm not gonna be taking these clips out for another few hours, but I wanted to give this to y'all. So when you get up, you have something to share with everyone. I need you to share these things up, okay? Because this is what we in the Republic, this is what the elders are doing right now. Austin Graves, peace and love to you. Grand Rising, Autry Thomas, peace and love to you as well. Listen, the elders in the Almorocan government are writing affidavits and writs. They are giving us these things to send to the sheriffs of the land. See, the early bird gets the worm. Grand rising, everybody. We should be up meditating. We should be up creating. We should be up planning on how to take over the world. This comes from our international sheriff. This is a man who's been appointed international sheriff for the Moorish American Consulate. Now, after writing this, I'm about to email this to all 3,300 sheriffs in the land. He wrote this. This man being a sheriff, he retired now 20 years. If we take what he wrote to these people and enforce it to all these sheriffs, and they don't adhere, we as a people, we the problem. The Grand Sheik's not the problem anymore. The sheriffs aren't the problem anymore. The Albions aren't the problem anymore. We're the problem for not enforcing the law. If the sheriff isn't doing what they're supposed to do in your republic, then as a community, you go and indict that sheriff and you appoint another one, preferably a Muslim, or preferably a mufti. If we don't operate, look, the maxim is this: he who does not assert his right has none. Whoa, come on with it, baby. This is from, I'm gonna just show y'all, so y'all know this is this man, Sheriff. Oh, see, better get this thing right. Sheriff Paul Murray L. Bay. Right there. You see. Paul Murray L. Bay. That's the sheriff for the consulate. He's training muftis right now. Okay? So that if these belligerent sheriffs get out of hand, we're going to have to go indict as a family. We may have to go arrest. We may have to drop off at an airport so deportation can happen. We might have to dissipate somebody's energy. Woo! Back into the ethers, baby. Boy, they sleep. From Sheriff Paul Murray L. Bay to the International Marshal of the Moorish American Consulate to the National Sheriff Association. This is CC'd. I'm letting y'all know. Y'all saying what we doing in our government, what we doing on the land in order to bring deliverance from the people. If the people just listen and start organizing themselves towards the works that we're doing to deliver the people, then we would be straight. It's the Grand Sheiks. They COINTELPRO operative. No, it's you coon families and you lineages of people who've been stroked by Rome. It's you families. It ain't the Grand Sheiks, one individual priest. It's all of those families in there that won't do their duty and enforce the Constitution and the law. Oh, they've been put in place, baby. All state court judges, magistrates, U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, assemblymen, senators, governors, federal special agent in charge, U.S. Marshal, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and state militias. Listen, this man is calling. He said if we send for him, he will train anybody concerning proper enforcement in law, especially enforcing the Constitution, and how to get those out of our communities who are not doing that. FBI website listing, website violation of rights. To all sheriffs, do you understand what this means? You are in violation of the law. Title 18 USC Section 241, Conspiracy Against Rights. Do you understand what this means? Oh, baby, we getting them. Michelle O'Neill, honors to you, matriarch. Thank you for joining us this morning. Chris Woolley, good to see you. Austin Grave, I got your mail. I sent you the pic. Ty Randolph, I think I got yours too as well. I send you a pic. Chris Woolley, we got you in queue, I do believe. Good to see you, Jeremiah J. This is the best part of waking up. Civics and jurisprudence in your cup. Do you understand what this means? The statute makes it unlawful for two sheriffs or police officer, clerks for the court, and judges or more persons to conspire, to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person of any state, territory, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him or her by the Constitution or the laws of the United States, or because of his or her having exercised the same. Please understand at this point in life and history, we the people are requesting a meeting with whomever is in charge that can re-educate the deputies on the road of the laws of the land and get the message out they are all in violation of the law every day. From now on, this date forward, this man wrote this. Whoa! Hot power, baby. Yeah. On this date forward, September 8th, 2018, 3:15 p.m., Saturday, they cannot say that they do not know or were never told. Whoa, boy, we telling them today. And when we send this to y'all, after we mail it out and get the certified numbers back, you can add this to your list of documents that they've been notified. To all sheriffs, do you understand what this means? It further makes it unlawful for two or more persons to go in disguise on the highway or on the premises of another with the intent to prevent or hinder his or her free exercise or enjoyment of any right so secured. Didn't they say all municipalities were dissolved? So when they get up and put on that suit, and those Federal Reserve notes that are not money, they're being given to go spend 8 hours a day, it's fraud. They clowns. They in a circus or something. They know that it's dissolved and the position doesn't even exist anymore. Yet they still put on these suits and walk out there like it does. Whoa, we gotta let them know, buddy. Man, it's back to walking old ladies across the street, grabbing the milk from the post office, from the postman, and rescuing cats out of the tree. That's what you should be doing, Mr. Policeman. Yeah, waving at people and helping old ladies across the street. Oh, come on with it. To all sheriffs, do you understand what this means? Punishment varies from a fine or imprisonment or up to 10 years or both, and if death results or if such acts includes kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or may be sentenced to death. Whoa, let's see here. Pulled up on my private motor conveyance. Threatened to bust my windows and pull me out the car if I didn't get out. Threatened to send me to a psychological camp to give me an evaluation if I didn't do what they said. Well, that's kidnapping right there. That's conspiring. There was 5 of them around that private motor conveyance. Oh, when I got to the war camp, 8 of them made me strip naked and told me if I didn't strip naked and put on their clothes, they would cut my clothes off and put them on me. Put the clothes that they wanted me on me and made me cough in front of them, butt naked. So isn't that sexual abuse? Oh, I believe it is. Come on with it. We just getting down to business. Everybody keeps asking about my case in Maryland. I'm going to sue all of them. They're all going to be punished for their crimes. They're going to go to jail, or they're going to give me remedy their estate is, or they're getting deported. Everybody wants to know what's going on. I'll show you the written affidavits. I'm sending it to them. Oh, yeah. Title 18 USC Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Do you understand what this means? Woo, don't get me fired up. I'm already started. Where I'm at is 4:07 a.m. I think I'm about 3 hours before ahead of most people. So it's probably like 7 a.m. in the morning for a lot. Oh, come on with it. This statute makes it a crime for any person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived from any person those rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution and laws of the United States. This law further prohibits a person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully subject or cause to be subjected any person to different punishments, pains, or penalties than those prescribed for punishment of citizens on account of such person being an alien or by reason of his or her color or race. Right? Whoa, come on, Ty Randolph. Let's get it right, because we ain't done. Whoa, grand rising, grand rising. This is law, civics, and jurisprudence all day. We need our own government. In order to properly build our own government, we need to be on that 10-10-59-05, looking at the 9 different departments that people should be filling. We have filled 9 in this particular consulate, and this is how we're going to be operating. From the lawful documents that Noble Drew Ali penned and filed. That's how I'm operating around here. By reason of his or her color or race. Acts under color of any law, including acts not only done by federal, state, or local officials within the bounds or limits of their lawful authority, but also acts done without and beyond the bounds of their lawful authority, provided that in order for unlawful acts of any official to be done under color of law, the unlawful acts must be done while such official is purporting or pretending to act in the performance of his or her official duties. This definition includes, in addition to law enforcement officials, individuals such as mayors, councilpersons, judges, nursing home proprietors, security guards, etc. Persons who are bound by laws, statutes, ordinance, or customs. Woo, boy, we getting down to the root, because this man say that lawfully we as muftis or sheriffs can arrest those breaking the law. You think that I won't arrest a federal agent if I think that they're breaking the Constitution? Whoa, boy, look. I put the cuffs on them. I'm telling you. You talking about a war against drugs, Reaganomics. What the hell? Along and gone is the days where I thought and seen European Constantinians taking what they used to put people in jail for and selling it back to the very people they put in jail for selling it. Huh? This is... You crazy, boy. You if you can't see the contradictory spirit in this nation and what's going on, something really wrong with your brain. Punishment varies from a fine or imprisonment of up to 1 year or both, and if bodily injury results, or if such acts includes the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosives, or fire, shall be fined or imprisoned up to 10 years or both. So that man who threatened to use that baton to get me, to force me to comply with his demands, he about to get in prison for up to 10 years. That's what the law say. Everybody keep on saying, what's up with your case? That sheriff or whoever the hell that person was that threatened me will be imprisoned up to 10 years or both. And if death results, or if such act include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse or attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. Are we listening to the laws? When nationals call me all day long asking me to do what to do in the tribunals, are we taking these laws and reading them out loud in the tribunals? And they say, well, yeah, so they don't listen to us. They force us, they coerce us, they got the sheriff trying to handcuff us and overrule us or do whatever. Well, you better bring some people then. Whoa, don't touch them people. Hey, if you touch my people, you're going to have a problem, buddy. So you go ahead and try it if you want to. Please read and have understanding that the district courts, not county courts, shall have original jurisdiction of all civil actions. The district courts, not county courts, shall have original jurisdiction of all civil actions arising under the Constitution, law, or treaties of the United States. This means every court you have deputies in are in violation of the law and can be charged with violation of these laws. Ooh. What they saying? June 25th, 1948, Chapter 646, Statute 930, Publication L.85-554. Y'all want them. July 25th, 1958, 72, Statute 415, Publication L.94-574. I'm giving y'all straight law, federal straight law. This is October 21st, 1976, 90, Statute 272, Statute 2721, Publication L.96.486. Whoa, boy. Please understand that as the Director of Law Enforcement for Indigenous People of the Land, I am giving notice, as should be done in all fairness and respect. As a Deputy U.S. Marshal, I am requesting a meeting to see if the many departments across this country can be retained on real law. I can be of help with that and oversee that it is done correctly. Please also understand the law of the land has already been written, and note that the Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples is included below with the affidavit of notice. Numbers are very important. They, the system, respect numbers. Yes, sir. 8 months, and we have drawn in almost 7,500 to 10,000 people. And guess what? All 10,000 people are now thinking as one body, speaking as one voice. And you know what's going to happen after that? We're all going to occupy territories, lands, buildings. We're going to lawfully occupy. We're going to put people on notice. And they're just going to have to respect the gangster, otherwise known as airship. Whoa, buddy. They don't want it. Now, here's another letter from our international marshal to the 3,300 sheriffs I'm going to be emailing in the next few hours. If you did not already know about these things before, you know about them now. And if you are not bold enough to learn and perform your duties, you should resign immediately. That comes from the mouth of our international marshal. America is a nation that depends on law in order to survive, and it is the sheriff that is the defender of liberty, without which we would have no liberty. And I dare to say in the courts, we the people have lost our liberty because the sheriff does not know the law. And finally, do you know that by remaining ignorant to all or any of these things, you are part of the problem, and you are in violation of your oath and susceptible to arrest when justice finds its way back into the courts, and it will find its way. If you would like to learn and understand these things and more, go to, here we go, y'all ready? www.powerofthecountysheriff.com. And we will show you the laws that will empower you to secure liberty on your watch. Tag Todd Randolph, I appreciate this activity. You're moving me in some type of way. Can you please put this in the comment section? www.powerofthecountysheriff.com. That is the page and the website that we can learn how to assist our international marshal with his mission to retrain the sheriffs on the land. There's only two things. We train them so they know the law, or we indict them if they don't know the law, or we put our muftis in who already know the law. Also take notice of non-valid police action. Actus reus. A wrongful deed which renders the actor criminally liable when combining with mens rea, a guilty mind, where lawful services are blended with such as are forbidden, the whole being a unit and indivisible. The bad destroys the good. Oh boy, let me say it again. A wrongful deed, actus reus, which renders the actor criminally liable when combined with mens rea, a guilty mind. Appreciate you, Ty Randolph. The whole being a unit and indivisible. The bad destroys the good. Trist versus Child, 21 Wall.452, 1874. Boy, this is straight law and straight business. I'm telling y'all, if y'all take these writs and these affidavits that we're getting ready to send you and start slinging these things around the land, you're going to see results. Where am I at? Notice, police officers, police enforcers, peace officers, constables on patrol, sheriff deputies of any foreign municipal officer under constitutional oath may not exercise their authority for personal motives. McCurdy versus Montgomery County, Ohio, 240 F3D 512, 6th Circuit, 2001. Emphasis added. Ooh, come on with it. Also take notice. Title 18, Part 1, Chapter 115, Section 2381, treason. Also, all judges take notice. Title 18, Part 1, Chapter 115, Section 2381, treason. Love it. Also, all judges, magistrates from courts with no jurisdiction are nullities. Beso versus UPL 495 2D 906 and Brook versus Yawkey 200 2D 633. Man, we killing them in the game today. They sleep. I'm woke and doing the work. And please, if there's a share button, when I share this video and finish this up, share this thing, download it, get it everywhere. Because this is what our actual government is doing right now. These men is 50, 60, 70 years old. They writing to us and to other governments about what we doing and what's going to be done and what we as the sons of this Al-Moroccan Empire need to be doing in order to bring remedy to our bloodline. Also take notice, presidential documents. Ooh, listen. Ooh, get it down. Federal Registry 48, number 38, Title 3, Executive Order 12407, signed on February 22nd, 1983, by Ronald Reagan, revoked all powers from municipalities, policing and maintenance, referenced at community communications. Ooh, y'all just got some gems right there, baby. That is Company versus Boulder, Colorado. Co versus Boulder, Colorado. Also see page 455, US 40 and 41. Dual system of government. Parker Supra at 351, which has no place for sovereign cities. We the people. Thank you for your time. Boy, stop. I'm not hearing any national call me and tell me they don't know what to do. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Correct. Because it's Sharon, Tracy Gale Bay, my divine matriarch. She got hundreds of YouTube videos, teaching videos. Facebook Lives. I got 150. Got the whole family got these 4 Facebook groups with all of these files in it. And a whole bunch of family members posting millions of different posts to law and everything else. Challenging the system, the status quo. We ain't got no right. We ain't even got no leg to stand on about not knowing, not enforcing. It really is now just we just being lazy. This is written to all these sheriffs. 3,133 counties. That's where it's going. I got the email client. I'm mailing this to all 3,133 counties, to all of these sheriffs. Dear Sheriff, this is an open letter to the county sheriff. Do you know your constitutional duties? Do you understand that the county sheriff is a constitutional officer elected by the people, bound by oath as a guardian of the people, unalienable rights secured by the Constitution? Now, y'all need to know where sheriffs really came from. The Sharifan Empire, that's where it came from. Look up the Sharifan Empire and study them, and you're going to see where the real sheriffs be banging. I'm telling y'all, in the land right now, this is what's going on in your republic. in Al Morocco. I'm not talking to you about 1928. I'm not talking to you about the Prophet's Trust. I'm not talking to you about CM Bay or none of that. Today, in the land, the laws that are being enforced is by this international sheriff and all the people that supporting this work. You, today. So I hope y'all getting this. And we're going to share it on up or do what we need to. And we got to get y'all to this international sheriff. He got more than 20 years of experience. He'll train whoever's ready to go. Okay? Do you know the Constitution is the law of the land? Do you know that if the sheriff is ignorant to the Constitution, which is common law, it would stand to reason he is in violation of his oath, not comprehending when judges and other servants violate the law of the land, and thereby are technically guilty of treason? Do you know that the duties, responsibilities, and authorities of the sheriff cannot be diminished by those in the legislature, courts, and state constitutions? Do you know that being a constitutional law officer means that you are to be looking for and understand when elected, appointed, and hired servants violate their oath of office by abusing the people, and that it is your duty to protect the victim? What? Whoa, Islam Abbasi, that man right there. When he heard our consul get detained, you know what he did? He got his butt up. And you know what he did? He went and got our consul. Because that's his blood. That's his people. He loved him. He didn't want to see us detained by nobody no more. He called everybody. He went and got the man out. He went and talked to everybody. We got the rally. We got the writs. We got the affidavits. We hand served people. And those people, they let our consul go. Why? Because he was banging. Oh, all of your people getting picked up in jail. Oh, look. Tell me how you supposed to be a man and your matriarchs is getting abused by the policy enforcers. You're not no man. If you watch these policy enforcers abuse your women, these belong to you. I don't care whether they're giving you the noni or not. Okay? They are yours to protect and defend and care for. So, y'all need to get on the good foot and start being like my elder Abbasi. And when y'all hear one of our people in distress, do like chapter 25 do in the Holy Quran in the system when they're in adversity. Do you know that you are not to be looking for code violations by the people, but for constitutional violations by elected, appointed, and hired servants? Boy, they don't know. Boy, they sleep. Do you know that when federal agents come into your county to execute a warrant, that they are to notify you first and show documents proving due process has been met, and that without such documents, it is your duty to prevent the execution, or you would be a co-conspirator? Boy, I'm about to go crazy with this one. Do you know that it is your duty to arrest federal agents that execute unlawful warrants that violate due process? Do you know what due process looks like? So you, Mr. Consul, Mr. Sheriff, it is your duty to arrest federal agents that execute unlawful warrants that violate due process. Oh, really? Do you know that you should have direct contact with the grand jury, and that you should not seek approval of the prosecutor or the judge, and that it is your duty to seek indictment from a grand jury? Where's our grand jury at? That would be Empress Nura. Get a hold of her. She has been instrumental in building our grand jury and continues to do so. The common law. Oh, that's the people. Yeah, come on with it, Todd Randolph. We ain't done till it's done, till the work done. We need to be able to walk into any unoccupied territory and land. I don't give a damn if it's a 50 room mansion with 25 bathrooms. If a bank or a corporation is claiming ownership of it, not an actual living being or family, we need to be able to have the lawful documents and know how to take our family and walk up in that thing and occupy. Serve the necessary people. Hey, community, me and my family getting ready to move in. I'm just letting y'all know. Hey, local authorities, me and my family and my blood, the heirs of the land who own all of this by blood, right? We finna be in y'all neighborhood, in this home. We're just letting you know, okay? You send those documents. We the owners, send those documents. And occupy them homes, man. I don't know what we thinking. I have no clue. Walking around on the streets, Sleeping outside, sleeping in the Salvation Army, sleeping wherever somebody, friend, a family member let you, on somebody's couch or whatever it is you're doing, when you own the land and everything on it. And them homes lawfully belong to you as well. Okay? So let's get it together. Do you know that when a prosecutor or a judge interferes with their relationship with the grand jury or attempts to stop your pursuit of an indictment, that this is a felony rescue and that you should arrest the prosecutor or the judge for the same, or you would be guilty of the same? Do you know that if a prosecutor or judge tries to block you from seeing the grand jury, that you can call 25 people out of the phone book or any other list of people? Man, y'all better listen up right now. I'm telling you how to get it done within the country, and have them meet you at the courthouse to consider an indictment. And if 13 or more agree, you have your indictment. So, what's the remedy? What do we do? What's the remedy? We're hurting. We're injured. 13 people in your republic go down to the courthouse, inquire as to whether or not the sheriff is fulfilling his duty. If the sheriff is not fulfilling his duty, you take the 13 witnesses. You say, we the community, we the people, we the indigenous are indicting this sheriff for failure to perform his duty. After you take that affidavit and all 13 sign, you indict that man. Then you have a vote, all 13 people, who will be the next sheriff in our particular community. You sit down and the 13 juror members or the 13 people, after indicting, they vote a new sheriff in. That does what? Enforces the Constitution, performs their duty, and protects the people. Whoa, boy, look. Get y'all morning cup. Get y'all morning cup of what to do. Get your morning cup of direction. Get your morning cup of stop sitting and consuming all this information and not applying it. Woo, buddy, you so smart. You got all this information, who and all these groups and all these documents, and you hotep and you on this thing teaching. But in your local community, your baby still starving. In your local community, you still looking for a way not to be paying that mortgage. In your local communities, you probably hate your job and hate getting up, going to work every single day. In your local community, look. Get up and go enforce the law. All people. I don't care who it is. I do not care. Enforce it everywhere. 13 is the lucky number. Yes, and mine is 9. And when somebody did my star chart and did my reading, 9 was in my cosmological ether or realm or whatever. There is no magic in calling a grand jury. Any 25 people within your county will do. Do you know that the judge and the prosecutor, by monopolizing on the calling of the grand jury, and controls who gets indicted and who does not, and that this puts them above the law and eliminates you out of the process altogether? Do you know that by allowing this to happen, you violate your oath? How many times do we hear sheriffs say, I cannot arrest a judge without first getting the prosecutor to agree, otherwise the prosecutor may refuse to do so. So if the sheriff needs to ask permission, he is not the chief and he passes his duties to other. Any sheriff that does this is in violation of his oath. Woo, come on, Abasi. And there is 13 constellations. If somebody looks up the 13 constellation, they can see what's going on. Oh, let's see. Do you know that Alaska, Arizona, Vermont, and Wyoming have no law requiring pistol owners to have a permit to carry? Whoa, we just asking questions now. Yeah. Do you know that Colorado, Iowa, Georgia, Kentucky, Maine, New Hampshire, Ohio, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Virginia, according to the NRA, National Rifles Association, are considering bills in current legislative sessions to end permit requirements? The United States Supreme Court, quoting the rules of criminal and civil procedure, said, now y'all get to hear it, baby. Yeah, because I love this. I exercise minds. Oh, yeah. The carrying of arms in a quiet, peaceable, and orderly manner, concealed on or about the person, is not a breach of the peace. Oh, really? Nor does such an act of itself lead to a breach of the peace. Wharton's Criminal and Civil Procedure, 12th edition, Volume 2, Judy versus Lashley. How can the sheriff participate in gun control? We just asked some questions today. The Bill of Rights Amendment 2 states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, what is a well-regulated militia? Matriarch, patriarch, son, daughter. All know how to operate that thing. Yeah, baby. Come on with it. Pow! Pow! Look at that. Pow! That thing be had your arm. Pow! You be flying. Look. Boy, look. It's fun. Look. I ain't got a problem. If you evil and you don't value and cherish life, and you walk up on me, and I know that to be a fact about you, then why would I care to dissipate your energy? Whoa, wait, I would spare a lot of people. Yeah. Do you know this amendment protects two unalienable rights, both of which articulate the right of self-defense? One personal, the right to protect yourself from another individual shall not be infringed, and the other to protect ourselves from a rogue government shall not be infringed. Some may say the right to keep and bear arms is for the militia. This makes no sense because we the people are not the militia, nor are we the people willing to give up an unalienable right to be able to defend ourselves. Boy, stop. I bet you I won't be on this road no more. You pull me over, and that goes for any of the sheriffs in Maryland County that are watching this live right now. I know you got my name, you kept my paperwork, and you transferred me to another war camp, and you probably got all the information in all my paperwork. And that's cool. And you see my name, and you're probably viewing my lives. Guess what? You pull up, and you pull me over. You better believe. I'm talking to y'all. I'm not even talking to them. Not going to be sitting in my car no more. And if I feel that my life is in danger, I will be protecting myself according to my constitutional rights. So, buddy, you go ahead. Oh, what is he doing? Telling them everything. You right. You know why I do that? Because as of right now, ain't nobody been able to stop this work. Woo! Come on with it, baby. Because I love the people, and that's why it's working the way it's supposed to. Because I actually care. Therefore, if the sheriff does not protect the right of the people to keep and bear arms, he is in violation of his oath and subject to removal from office by the people through indictment. The real test of the sheriff's constitutional fortitude in states that require permits is if he is going to protect the people from rogue statutes and bureaucrats or comprise the law. Rashonda Caldwell, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We are about an hour in or something like that. We're almost done with everything that we're going to be doing perpetually in the next few months and training these sheriffs up. Do you know that all arrest or seizure warrants must have a wet ink signature of a federal or state judge, not city, town, or village, and supported by an affidavit by the injured party, and that without these two requirements cannot execute the warrant, and to do so would make you a co-conspirator and in violation of your oath? Can you discern when the people's rights are being violated? Man, y'all should be taking this in. Before anything happens to you, you should be taking this in and reciting these to them. All of these sheriffs. Explode their brain with conscious truth until they have no other recourse or response but to acquiesce and do what's right. Woo! Come on with it, baby. Yeah. When was the last time that you or your deputies arrested an elected, appointed, or hired servant for violating their unalienable rights? We watch video after video on YouTube of rights being violated and the sheriff is not making arrest. Why? Do you know when a video of police brutality, especially when death occurs, turns up on YouTube or the news that the sheriff can call the grand jury and get an indictment, even when the corporate authorities will not? Listen, Grand Rising with Shonda. Oh, yeah. This is a grand jury that we're putting together. Empress Nora, part of the Moorish American Consulate, is working that particular department. We take our grand jury in whatever republic we're in, when we finally organize it and get it together. And it's The sheriff can call the grand jury and get an indictment, even when the corporate authorities will not. Why do federal agents file papers without due process in all 3,133 counties across America, and the sheriff does nothing? Why do city, town, and village courts, who do not have subject matter or personam jurisdiction, deliver people to the county jail and you accept them when their victims did not get through process as required by the Constitution? Whoa, Mark Stevens. I appreciate you, King, for believing in the work and sending me people that we could deliver their homes. Your expertise and labor and credit repair is amazing. And I know we ain't been communicating, but I see the little reports on my email about the credit changing. So I know that you working on my behalf. And I appreciate that. I'm going to send people your way and continue to, because this is what family economics and group economics do. The Jewish community, y'all know that if somebody's Jewish child gets hurt, they don't even let any other bloodline but a Jewish rabbi or priest or ambulance come and deal with their people. They surround them until the Jewish ambulance gets there, and then they deal with them. Like, we should be most valued and cherished to one another. That's family. Every other nation, well, for the most part, the communities value the blood in the family of one another. So much so that you really can't get penetrated like that by people trying to separate you or whatever it is they practices is that brought us down as an empire. So we need to care about each other a lot more. You the divine El Bay Yang. Woo! Keep that balance. Good to see you. Where am I at? Do you know the difference between law and statutes? Now, where my last one at? Oh, that was the last question. Okay. Now, we have to public servants. I'm reading this off to y'all so y'all can email this man and ask him about training. Freedom of Information Act request letter to the public servants, Black Indians, and Intertribal Native American Association. We all know all of the laws and the rules and all of that. It is what it is because that's what it's called. We already know our stand in the law, the registered congressional codes to be able to enforce it and all of that. You use the words because the words is just what it is. I'm not, Chief Tomahawk at the BeneTribe.com. Get a hold of him. Ask him about training. This is a request under the Freedom of Information Act. We, the natives of this land, are requesting that a copy of the following information, documents containing the following information be provided to us. Any and all elected official bonds or insurance. Ooh, we about to get those bonds, baby. We about to get those insurance claims. Then we could take those bonds and those insurance claims, and when they're guilty of an offense, we could hit their pockets, which is all they really care about. Ooh, come on with it. Governors, secretaries of each state, sheriffs, mayors, judges, magistrates, lawyers, attorneys, prosecutors, police chief, city councilmen, city administrators, chairmen, board of directors, senators, congressmen, representatives, clerk of courts, U.S. Marshals Service, FBI, CIA, assemblymen, joint chiefs of staff, all news media, magazine, television station, etc., state militia, and all public servants. You've been covered. Woo-hoo. In order to help determine our status, you should know that we are the indigenous natives of America and parcels of this land. We are an international tribe of aboriginals demanding honor and respect to all treaties made with our foremothers and forefathers. And we are looking for your help in this matter. We are conducting an investigation concerning the people's rights being violated under Title 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242 and defamation of character. Let somebody call you black, you can actually sue them for denationalizing you. Literally. You could take them to court and win. So, have fun. Getting some cake out of these people that keep on trying to denationalize you. And they sell, for that matter. Disclosure of the requested information to us is in the best interest of we the people. This is because it is likely to contribute significantly to indigenous rights and understandings of the operations or activities of the U.S. corporation and its government, and is not primarily in our commercial interest. post facto laws cannot prevail against the organic constitution or common law. Yeah, I appreciate you. Archer Thomas, please send people our way and make sure that as much as you can, you nationalizing everybody in y'all community. What did we just say? We said ex post facto laws cannot prevail against the organic constitution and or common law. Whoa, baby. It's hot today. Now, United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. I'm only going to a couple of them that are pertinent. And we can always download PDF UNDRIP. And you can find this. Indigenous people and individuals have the right to belong to an indigenous community or nation in accordance with the traditions and customs of the community or nation concerned. No discrimination of any kind may arise from the exercise of such a right. Now, the international world agrees on this, but everybody's looking for all of these processes, these words, these laws, and all of this. They're trying to get something out the deal or whatever, yet the whole world agreed on this document. So taking any tribunal or with you in your heart or whatever and having it as a way to defend yourself when being oppressed, straight up. Article 11, 1. Indigenous people have the right to practice and revitalize their cultural traditions and customs. This includes the right to maintain, protect, and develop the past, present, and future manifestations of their culture, such as archaeological and historical sites, artifacts, designs, ceremonies, technologies, and visual and performing arts and literature. What? All the graphics, all the designs, all the visions, all the clothes, everything that we could be making, our own shoes, creating everything, bringing it in there. And we ain't bringing our own spiritual and religious traditions and customs and ceremonies back into our communities then. Oh, see. States shall take effective measures to ensure this right is protected and also to ensure that indigenous people can understood and be understood in political, legal, and administrative proceedings where necessary through the provision of interpretation or by other means. Yes, International Marshal Noble Paul Murray L. Bay. That's the one who's going to be training these sheriffs up. I'm looking for one. I'm looking for one right here. Oh. Indigenous people, Article 24, have the right to their traditional medicines and to maintain their health practices, including the conservation of their vital medicinal plants, animals, and minerals. Indigenous individuals have the right to access without any discrimination to all social and health services. Oh, if you go in there and you're sick and you're an indigenous person and you need some health services, you could take this Article 24, the proof that you're indigenous, and Article 24.1, and say right here, the whole world agreed on it. You got the agreements, the Service Corporation, according to this treaty, according to this international document, it say, to all social services without any discrimination. Individuals also have the right to access without any discrimination to all social services. What? Come on now. I recently noticed folks using 2 and 3 cent stamps. I'm still searching, but where can I get those stamps? You the Divine El Bay Yang. You don't need a stamp. That is a corporate instrument used to facilitate the escheating of your estate. Only the corporation in their communications need a 2 and 3 cent stamp. What you need is, let me see here. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Because when I find it, then I'll show you exactly what it looks like. But it was in my email yesterday on one of the videos I was showing. I did this tax per Q yesterday to show the nationals what it's supposed to be looking like. So when you see this video tomorrow or yesterday that I put on, you will see how to properly do tax per Q so you don't need any stamps anymore. You don't even have to go to the the UPS store anymore. I use the blue mailboxes all around the city, everywhere. I just Where my next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm about to go drop all 10 of these in a blue mailbox and wait for my certified return receipts to get back to the house. Yeah. We got recent developments. If you drive trucks, we need truck drivers so we could be delivering mail and food to the different temples and different consulates all around the land. Any gift or skill that you may have to facilitate the growing of these consular courts and these consulates, call me up because we're building. Yeah. And this government, it will stand. Our people are going to operate in government. We're going to judge ourselves and hold each other accountable. Then we don't need somebody acting like a parent, like they need to mediate between our own affairs. Take your place among the affairs of men. I'm going to always require some type of reciprocity for the labors that I put out. Y'all know what I be asking for, what type of help that I need. I'm very transparent, and y'all can tell one another about what's going on in my life, since a lot of people like to gossip. Love you very much. I will continue to update you on what the International Marshal desires us to do as we start to hold the law enforcement community in our republics responsible to do their duties. That's everybody. Y'all want the remedy? Y'all gonna band together and do the work. Go down to those sheriff's office and encourage and enforce them to do their duty based on the training that Chief Paul is going to give us. Peace and love to you, and I will be back with you in a few hours with more instruction. Love you. Woo! Come on with it. Yeah.